You're listening to Equality Radio.
Equality Radio.
Fabulous.
Now, here's your host, Randall White.
Randall White on Utah, America.
6 minutes past the hour here on this Tuesday. Great to have you with us, everyone. I am your host, Randall White, coming to you live each and every week, as we do. Give us a ring, 424-272-6365. 424-272-6365 if you want to chime in at any point during the show today. 4242 Randol with an O-L. 4242 R-A-N-D-O-L. Don't be shy. That's how you get in touch with us here on Equality Radio. Have you heard the latest craziness out of the Hoosier State, Indiana? All right, well, we had some good news recently, right? A couple of weeks ago when the Bureau of Motor Vehicles there in Indiana made a ruling that the license plate by that gay youth group could indeed go, people could buy it and money would help, money from the sales of that, what am I trying to say here, would go help benefit that organization. Well, now, this is in an unrelated story, but still out of Indiana. It is not just against the law to get married there as a same-sex couple, but you could actually do some time and pay some hefty fines if you even try to get married. That's right. This is according to thinkprogress.org from today, and apparently the state's criminal code has been updated. This is Indiana once again, to classify somebody who submits false information or lies on a marriage license application as a level 6 felony. And let's see, if you do that and get caught and then prosecuted, you could face a maximum of 18 months in prison and a potential fine of up to $10,000. So the license itself has one place where it's the male applicant and one place where it is the female applicant. So if it's two men, for instance, getting married, somebody's got to put their name in that female slot. And if you do that, you're lying. It's false information because you're not a female. And so that's what they have done there to stop various campaigns where same-sex couples register to get married in protest. Southern Equality, I have a note in with Southern Equality. Hopefully they will be able to join us on Thursday's show to talk a little bit about it. They have a whole campaign called We Do. You know, like, I do. Well, you say when you get married. They have one called We Do, and it's to do just exactly that, to, in protest, register same-sex couples to get married. Well, now they could face some hefty fines, even prison time, for doing it. The reason why we have them scheduled for Thursday is tomorrow we do not have a show, no Equality Radio show tomorrow. I sit on the local mass transit board, or not board, advisory committee, and our meeting is held once every 2 months, and it happens to be tomorrow right during our show. So sorry about that. Can't do it. Hey, but we have a great show for you lined up today, that is for sure. In our first segment, we will be talking about a big event scheduled for this Friday, July 12th. It is called the National Gay Blood Drive, and as we have discussed on this show in the past, gay men who have had sex even one time since 1977, I'm not making up that number, are banned from giving blood in the United States. If you've tried to give blood, you know there's a portion when you have to read and then sign right on there. It asks you if that's the case. So if you've given blood and have had sex, you've lied. And that sort of thing. The American Medical Association just last month at its annual meeting announced a new stance that the ban is antiquated and wrongly bars people from giving blood based on their sexuality. Just after the break, we are speaking with the director of a group called Second Class Citizens. He's also the organizer of the National Gay Blood Drive. Ryan James Yezak joins us on the show, and I can't wait to talk to him because it's such a great idea. This has been an issue that has bothered me for years. When I first encountered it trying to give blood as part of a station blood drive in Wisconsin. Here I am, the anchor, telling everyone to come down to the Dane County Expo Center. This is in Madison. Come down to the Dane County Expo Center and give blood. You must give blood. Every other anchor I worked with either did it live on air or showed people, here's the cookie I just got because I gave blood. And I couldn't do that. It was awful. And I felt discriminated against. And I knew that I was HIV negative at the time. And it's insane. So and it's still in place. So I'm really looking forward to having Ryan on the show to find out how you can get involved. And let's make this really say something on Friday. This is your opportunity to, first of all, to give blood, which there's a blood shortage. There's always a blood shortage in the United States. So you'll be doing a good thing on several different levels. Then at the bottom of the hour, have you seen the way too hot country music video by Steve Grand? Whoa. The song is great if you like that genre. And the singer is openly gay. And the subject matter is as well for this song. This is country music, right? Yes, indeed, it is. So our weekly guest, Greg in Hollywood, who I think has a big crush on Steve Grand, is here to give us the skinny on that song and how it's being received by the country music community. Also, the latest Big Brother controversy. I don't personally watch the show, but I have heard about these homophobic slurs coming from the housemates. Also, Greg gets up close and personal with Mario Lopez at a recent Adam Lambert concert in Los Angeles. All that plus a preview of Outfest, which is coming to Southern California. All right, it's time for this day in gay history, which we haven't done in several weeks. These facts, as always, courtesy of the Lavender Effect. Find the information and more online at thelavendereffect.org. It was on this date in 1969, not long after Stonewall, the Mattachine Society, I should know this, of New York invites activists to gather in Greenwich Village for the first gay power meeting. Then it was in 1986, New Zealand. The country of New Zealand repealed its laws prohibiting homosexual acts between consenting adults, 1986. And then not too long ago, 2008, the United States Court of Appeals for the First Circuit in Thomas Cook versus Robert Gates upheld the constitutionality of the U.S. military's Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy, banning gays and lesbians from serving openly in the U.S. Armed Forces. We don't have to worry about that anymore, thank God. It is gone under President Obama. 3:14, the time right now. You're listening to Equality Radio. I'm your host, Randall White. We have a great show for you straight ahead, so stick with us, whether you're watching online or your smartphone.
Equality Radio.
Join the conversation. Give us a call. 424-272-6365.
Equality Radio.
Up next, we're talking the big gay blood drive coming to a blood center near you this Friday. Stick around. Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar is the place Las Vegas locals and tourists alike go to enjoy a welcoming environment with a small town feel. Meet up with friends and relax at Flex, open 24 hours a day. Flex is located on the west side of Las Vegas at West Charleston and Arville, just 4 miles from downtown and the Strip. Flex is known for its friendly bartenders, loose gaming, and inexpensive cocktails. Stop by whenever you're in Vegas and play a game of pool, meet a friend, or even make a new one. To see the schedule of drag queen karaoke, dance club activities, and gaming options, log on to flexlasvegas.com. That's flexlasvegas.com. Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar, the place to enjoy our Las Vegas. Can we have your attention for a moment? Eat, Drink, Explore Media has an important date we want to share with you. Saturday, July 13th. We invite you to join us at a craft beer and food event like no other. At last count, generous samples from more than 70 breweries will be paired with local culinary treats for the 2013 Breast Fest along San Francisco's waterfront at Fort Mason. Going on its 14th year, the annual Breast Fest has grown dramatically, raising money for an incredibly important cause, providing free, complimentary treatments for women battling breast cancer. The Charlotte Maxwell Clinic offers services such as acupuncture, massage, organic foods, and transportation. The clinic's core mission to provide relief from the terrible side effects of cancer and its treatments. Eat, Drink, Explore Media is very proud to be among the main sponsors for this year's event. For more information, go to thebreastfest.org.
Imagine a world where bullying isn't considered a normal part of childhood.
A world where I'm not afraid to go to school.
To speak out.
To be myself.
A world where I'm not afraid to be caught alone.
Come on, punk.
We have the power to stop the bullying. Speak out.
Speak up.
Educate.
Find out what to look for and how you can make a difference at bullying.org.
Bullying is not kids being kids.
It's not about good homes or bad homes.
It's not a normal part of growing up. I shouldn't be afraid to get on the school bus.
To turn on my computer.
Message. Or walk to my locker. Did you know that a bully will stop his or her behavior in 10 seconds when their peers speak up?
Use your voice.
Hey, leave him alone!
We have the power to stop bullying.
Find out more at bullying.org.
Bullying.org.
Where you're not alone.
You're not alone.
Where you're not alone.
Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar is the place Las Vegas locals and tourists alike go to enjoy a welcoming environment with a small town feel. Meet up with friends and relax at Flex. Open 24 hours a day. Flex is located on the west side of Las Vegas at West Charleston and Arville, just 4 miles from downtown and the Strip. Flex is known for its friendly bartenders, loose gaming, and inexpensive cocktails. Stop by whenever you're in Vegas and play a game of pool. Meet a friend, or even make a new one. To see the schedule of drag queen karaoke, dance club activities, and gaming options, log on to flexlasvegas.com. That's flexlasvegas.com. Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar, the place to enjoy our Las Vegas.
You're listening to
Randall White on Q Talk America. Equality Radio.
19 minutes past the hour here. Great to have you joining us on this Tuesday. And I was just listening in the commercial break there, and I realized I forgot to mention during the last segment, this coming Saturday is the Breast Fest in San Francisco. I will be emceeing along with ABC7's Akira Clapper. So join us on San Francisco's waterfront. On Thursday's show, I have a couple of tickets to give away. So if you're going to be in San Francisco this weekend, come join us at the Breast Fest, and why not come and join us for free, right? So listen to Thursday's show, and hopefully you'll win a couple of tickets. All right, let's get right to this, because I really want to talk about Friday's big event taking place all over the United States. It is the Big Gay Blood Drive. And joining us to the organizer and the guy behind this whole thing, Ryan James Yezak, and you can find more information, by the way, at gaybloodDrive.com. I want to let people know that right off the top. Hey, Ryan, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so what was it that spurred you to say, hey, you know what, we need to mobilize on this?
Well, it was actually, I've been making a documentary for the past year and a half, and it was actually my journey with the documentary, and I've been, I set out on the film. I was like, okay, these are the areas in which it's legal to discriminate against gay and bisexual people, or the LGBT community, and as I've been sort of dealing with that over the past year and a half, I was like, wow, this area of blood donation is really, really difficult to do something with, because it is so firmly in place, and you really have no control over it because you don't vote on it, and you don't have a congressman to voice your opinion to. So, yeah, it's been a lot of that. It's like, how do I tackle this, and how do I do something to where I feel like I can create or make an impact on that policy that I feel discriminates against me? And we came to this place of to organize a drive of our own and sort of make a statement with that itself.
And so on Friday, people are encouraged to go to a center in their state. Here in California, at least the map that I have, I only see one in Los Angeles. Is there not a location in San Francisco?
There's not. We really tried to have one in San Francisco, especially with the historical context there.
Right.
But it's funny actually. Their main blood donation center, they're actually closed that day.
Oh.
So. Well, yeah,
Right.
for a citywide staffing sort of thing. And so we've tried really hard, and they were actually like one of the most eager blood donation centers to want to come on board and help. It's just they're not available that day. So, we even tried to say something at City Hall, but as of right now, we don't have, something firmly scheduled, so we had to take it off so we're not misleading anybody. But we still encourage everyone, you can still participate without us officially being there. And we are here in Los Angeles for California, so we are still in at least one state.
Yeah. And it's a big one. LA is
Yeah.
no small city. So what are you asking people to do then? Go there and get an instant HIV test, right?
Yeah, a rapid HIV test. They're encouraged to get tested, and it takes anywhere from 2 to 20 minutes depending on the location. And yeah, we don't, like I said, we're not everywhere, but we have tried to make ourselves accessible within every state. So yeah, you go and you get tested, and then you essentially you're going to be self-deferring, but we call it a donation attempt, just because if you were going there any other day as any other person who were eligible, you would be going to donate your blood. But because that you're gay or bisexual male, you're banned automatically. And so the significance of it is that, you would donate, you just can't. And so we needed a way to show that. And we think this is a good one that doesn't exhaust the resources of the blood donation system and utilizes all of the free services we have out there for us. The testing services that are looking to get people to know their status.
Yeah, that's terrific. Like I was saying earlier, this tackles so many different things. It's just such a great idea. For one, it gets people to get tested, which is great right off the top. Secondly, it brings awareness to this gay blood ban, ridiculous gay blood ban. And then thirdly, hopefully we'll get that changed at some point. And so I imagine there might be some blood processing centers or collection centers that will take it or not. They can't.
They can't. None of them can. There are a couple that have been super willing to. Actually, I'm still not 100% clear on what it is that we're going to do, but there are a couple where they're extremely welcoming of this sort of thing, and I guess, but I think they can't. They can't. That's the problem we had before when we tried to do this. I think January was the original date for this, and it was going to be an actual blood donation, blood drive, and we were going to collect blood and have it tested, and that was just too massively expensive and difficult to coordinate. So, and that the big, the deal breaker there was the blood donation organization we were in touch with. They were on board, and then once they actually looked into doing it, they're like, oh, we can't do this because of the FDA, and nobody will be able to. We can already tell you. So it's these blood organizations, they have their hands tied with this policy, and that's what I'm finding with a lot of the discrimination that I've been documenting. It's not intentional. It's usually the root of a policy that one has to follow, and so I think this is worth really investigating again in the year 2013 and saying, do we really need this? Because, I think there could have more negative effects to it than people are aware of.
Yeah, it's a red tape mess that just perpetuates some of these stereotypes. Years ago, I think it was, I want to say, maybe 10 years ago, 2003, 2004, I was interviewing the spokesperson for the Red Cross of Southern Wisconsin, and it was a live interview on the TV morning anchor show that I was a part of. And I said, I asked her directly about this ban because it drove me crazy all the way back then. And she said, she said what you just said, our hands are tied. This is something from the FDA. We would love to see it changed because there's always a shortage of blood, especially when we have, major disasters. I forget why we had her on. There was some big, national disaster that people needed blood. And I never followed up from there. And so I'm so glad somebody like you is because this needs to be done.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people have really made the issue known. I just feel like I think this could do it. I feel like it's never really gained that national attention. I really wanted to try and do that. I don't know, if it will, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah. Well, we've been heavily focused on marriage recently, and that's it's an excellent cause, and I'm a gay married man, and I think it's a very worthy cause, but it has drained a lot of resources from other areas of equality, including blood, like you're mentioning with the blood drive. We only have about 45 seconds left for you to talk about this, but what is second-class citizens in general?
Second-class citizens, that's the documentary, the campaign, my life for the past year and a half.
Yeah.
It's essentially, we aren't second-class citizens, so, we shouldn't be treated like we are by our government.
Right.
And looking at all the areas in which we are and how we can get rid of that hateful policy that's in place, laws that are in place.
Ryan, we'll have to have you on to talk about the documentary when it's all complete and ready to go.
Yeah, definitely, Randall.
Ryan James Yezak, gaybloodDrive.com. All the links available at equalityradio.net under today's program summary. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
All right, everyone, stick around. We've got Greg in Hollywood coming up next. I love this segment. And I have some new graphics to show off as well for the Greg in Hollywood segment. So if you're watching online and not listening, you'll want to check those out. We're back in a moment. Can we have your attention for a moment? Eat, Drink, Explore Media has an important date we want to share with you. Saturday, July 13th. We invite you to join us at a craft beer and food event like no other. At last count, generous samples from more than 70 breweries will be paired with local culinary treats for the 2013 Breast Fest along San Francisco's waterfront at Fort Mason. Going on its 14th year, the annual Breast Fest has grown dramatically, raising money for an incredibly important cause, providing free, complimentary treatments for women battling breast cancer. The Charlotte Maxwell Clinic offers services such as acupuncture, massage, organic foods, and transportation. The clinic's core mission to provide relief from the terrible side effects of cancer and its treatments. Eat, Drink, Explore Media is very proud to be among the main sponsors for this year's event. For more information, go to thebreastfest.org. You're listening to Equality Radio on Q Talk America, equalityradio.net, qtalkamerica.com.
Imagine a world where bullying isn't considered a normal part of childhood.
A world where I'm not afraid to go to school.
To speak out.
To be myself.
A world where I'm not afraid to be caught alone.
Come on, punk.
We have the power to stop the bullying. Speak out.
Speak up.
Educate.
Find out what to look for and how you can make a difference at bullying.org.
Bullying is not kids being kids.
It's not about good homes or bad homes.
It's not a normal part of growing up. I shouldn't be afraid to get on the school bus.
To turn on my computer.
Or walk to my locker. Did you know that a bully will stop his or her behavior in 10 seconds when their peers speak up?
Use your voice.
We have the power to stop bullying.
Find out more at bullying.org,
Bullying.org.
where you're not alone.
And you're not alone.
Where you're not alone.
Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar is the place Las Vegas locals and tourists alike go to enjoy a welcoming environment with a small town feel. Meet up with friends and relax at Flex. Open 24 hours a day. Flex is located on the west side of Las Vegas at West Charleston and Arville, just 4 miles from downtown and the Strip. Flex is known for its friendly bartenders, loose gaming, and inexpensive cocktails. Stop by whenever you're in Vegas and play a game of pool. Meet a friend, or even make a new one. To see the schedule of drag queen karaoke, dance club activities, and gaming options, log on to flexlasvegas.com. That's flexlasvegas.com. Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar, the place to enjoy our Las Vegas. Can we have your attention for a moment? Eat, Drink, Explore Media has an important date we want to share with you. Saturday, July 13th. We invite you to join us at a craft beer and food event like no other. At last count, generous samples from more than 70 breweries will be paired with local culinary treats for the 2013 Breast Fest along San Francisco's waterfront at Fort Mason. Going on its 14th year, the annual Breast Fest has grown dramatically, raising money for an incredibly important cause, providing free, complimentary treatments for women battling breast cancer. The Charlotte Maxwell Clinic offers services such as acupuncture, massage, organic foods, and transportation. The clinic's core mission to provide relief from the terrible side effects of cancer and its treatments. Eat, Drink, Explore Media is very proud to be among the main sponsors for this year's event. For more information, go to thebreastfest.org.
You're listening to Equality Radio.
Equality Radio.
Fabulous.
Now, here's your host, Randall White.
Randall White on Q Talk America.
And there it is, the new open for Greg in Hollywood with its little, samba beat, or what beat is that? I'm not sure, but I love it. I felt Greg needed his own introduction there. And Greg, if you're watching right now, I'm ready for you to call in. That's right. It is time for Greg in Hollywood. And boy, there is some amazing stuff going on as usual, especially with the Big Brother house. So I don't watch Big Brother, but where do they get these people? It's crazy for the most part, some of the things that are coming out of their mouths. And what they don't realize, because they're isolated in this house, is that they are being fired by their employers publicly. Like, everyone's talking about it. It's in the papers and that sort of thing. They don't even know any of that's happening because they're isolated on the CBS back lot, I guess, is where they filmed that. At the Big Brother house. And not just homophobic, but racial slurs as well, and those sorts of things. It's disgusting, but they're being called out on it. One organization, and I don't know the players all that well, but one of the women who said some of this stuff, she works for a pageant organization in the South, I think, and her employer said, boy, we sure are glad that we found this out about her now so that we didn't have to find it out later when it might have besmirched their name a little bit more. All right, 3:35 the time here on the West Coast, 6:35 Eastern. I want to remind you again that this coming Saturday on the waterfront in San Francisco, Fort Mason, beautiful if you've never been there before. Fort Mason is where, hold on one second here, sorry. Fort Mason is right between the Marina District and Fisherman's Wharf. And Sorry here. I'm sending Greg the phone number to call. There we go. So it is all the beer, all the wine, all the food that you can consume, responsibly within a 4-hour window from 2 to 6 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. It'll be myself along with Kira Clapper from ABC7 there in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we'll be emceeing the event. But seriously, it's a good time, and I've been to it many times. This will be my 4th or 5th time emceeing it, and it raises money for such a great cause, the Charlotte Maxwell Complimentary Clinic, that gives women treatment beyond what they're receiving in the hospital. And the treatment that they're receiving in the hospital, your chemotherapy and that sort of thing, can just really make them ill and those sorts of things. So they get aromatherapy and also, different sorts of organic groceries and massage, all these different kinds of things that would never, ever be covered by their insurance companies. So, the Breast Fest, you can go to thebreastfest.com, or is it .org? Now I don't know, but we've got Greg on the line. Hey, Greg.
Randall, I don't know what the heck I was doing. I calling some crazy number.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's all right. We got you on the line now. I was just talking there about the Big Brother house and how those people are running off at the mouth, and they don't even realize all the controversy they're causing because they're sequestered there, and they don't know they don't know they're being fired from their jobs and that it's causing so much hullabaloo.
I can't, I wish that I hope the cameras would follow them as they leave the house and see all the reaction, to what they've been saying, on the air. It's unbelievable to me, Randall, that these people, are assuming that we're not watching. It's crazy, or not putting it together. There's a 24-hour live feed. Yes, the show comes on 2 or 3 times a week on CBS. They edit down the footage to make these episodes, but fanatics can watch it all the time on the internet for paying a small, price. They can watch these guys all the time. So, of course, they're watching, and they're saying all kinds of homophobic things, racist things. And it's a group of 4 or 5, I think, that's most guilty. And, and they're not allowed to be told what's happening in the outside world, so they don't know they're being fired from their job.
Yeah, there's one guy that works for a railroad company, and his employer is like, "See you later." and then 2 women, they were the first to be called out on this, right?
Yes, yes. One of them's a college-educated, she's a model. Another one works for a Miss USA pageant. People who you think would know better. That's why it's even more disturbing, because you're thinking, how many people are there like that out there who think it's okay to speak this way about different races, about gay people? Somebody made a video compilation about 12 minutes long, and I put it on my blog, of all the, some of the biggest sort of sins in the first week of all the different slurs. You watch that, and your head wants to explode. You just want to explode. Are you serious?
Have they never seen, they're contestants on a show, have they never watched previous versions of the show to know?
I'm really, really just scratching my head going, how were these people picked? Are you going for, just some of the, just clueless people on Earth? But also I have to call CBS out because, Paula Dean loses her entire empire for saying the N-word and admitting she said the N-word and that kind of thing, and I'm not going to defend her or her horrible PR strategy in the aftermath of it.
Right.
But, the fact that these guys are saying all these horrible things, I feel CBS really should just kick them off the show, should take them off the air, these particular people, and really take a stand on it. But they're getting higher ratings because of the controversy, and so they're not going to do
yeah.
anything.
I'm sure they are, because I haven't paid attention to Big Brother in years, and now all of a sudden here I am talking about it, so and now I'm kind of curious, like I want to well, that's the whole point about that show, right? To be a voyeur and watch these people do crazy things.
Yes. Randall Scott with an O is part of the problem. He wants to watch the show now, and now the ratings are going to go up because of these people.
Right.
And that's why CBS isn't going to yank these kids off the air, because then you just have the good kids left. And they're boring.
Yeah.
Apparently.
No, I know it's the whole television industry. I could have a whole show about that. All right. So, Greg, I think we share an obsession right now with Steve Grand and his All-American Boy video.
Who? I don't know who you're talking about.
I know that the readers of your Greg in Hollywood page are calling you out on mentioning him too often, right?
Well, somebody wrote a comment this morning, because what I had done was I initially posted the video All American Boy about same-sex, about a gay guy who falls in love with his best friend and sort of unrequited and gets his heart broken. Beautiful song by this kid named Steve Grand. Put it on Facebook himself. Raised $7,000 to make the video, and now it's gone viral. More than 500,000 hits. He was on Good Morning America this morning. I think he has big things ahead. Made it all happen for himself. He also happens to be super good looking and have this amazing body. And so I posted the video, and then I made him a morning man, and then he gave an interview, so I put part of that, and then all these photos of him being in that DNA magazine, which I think is an Australian gay magazine. In his Speedo. Well, I think the readers want to see that.
Right.
And so one reader said, honey, and I hate somebody calling me honey who I don't know, said, I think you are obsessed and you're objectifying him. Oh. And so I kind of just let it go. But a lot of other people wrote in saying, oh, please, continue.
Right. Continue objectifying.
Please go on. Because I think he is the big story right now. It's so amazing the way that he made it all happen for himself. But he also is showing what a heart he has, how much he went through struggling to come to terms with being gay. He went through ex-gay reparative therapy for like 5 years.
Oh.
Comes from a Christian family, was trying to please his parents, and had a real tough journey to that place of self-acceptance. But you hear him talk about it even on Good Morning America this morning, and I also have that video on my site. He got choked up talking about it. So the hurt is still there. It's quite a journey. And so he's really making a statement here. There's a lot of heart, a lot of emotion, a lot of real depth in there that I think will really help other gay kids who are struggling to come to terms with themselves. And show that you can come out and accept yourself, love yourself, and who knows, maybe have a huge career.
And I love that he's so real that he would get choked up like that. And on top of everything else, the song is good. Like, I really like the song. And I come from a little bit of country music background growing up, and I got to tell you, I think I might buy the song.
All American Boy, YouTube. Check it out, people.
We're speaking with Greg in Hollywood right now. He's got the latest dish from Tinseltown, and we will be back in just a moment here on Q Talk America. I'm your host, Randall White.
Equality Radio.
Join the conversation. Give us a call. 424-272-6365.
Equality Radio.
When Greg and I return, we will talk about his brush with Mario Lopez and Adam Lambert. That's just around the bend. Also, the upcoming Outfest in Southern California. You're listening to Equality Radio here on Q Talk. Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar is the place Las Vegas locals and tourists alike go to enjoy a welcoming environment with a small town feel. Meet up with friends and relax at Flex, open 24 hours a day. Flex is located on the west side of Las Vegas at West Charleston and Arville, just 4 miles from downtown and the Strip. Flex is known for its friendly bartenders, loose gaming, and inexpensive cocktails. Stop by whenever you're in Vegas and play a game of pool. Meet a friend or even make a new one. To see the schedule of drag queen karaoke, dance club activities, and gaming options, log on to flexlasvegas.com. That's flexlasvegas.com. Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar, the place to enjoy our Las Vegas.
Imagine a world where bullying isn't considered a normal part of childhood.
A world where I'm not afraid to go to school.
To speak out.
To be myself.
A world where I'm not afraid to be caught alone.
Come on, punk.
We have the power to stop the bullying. Speak out.
Speak up.
Educate.
Find out what to look for and how you can make a difference at bullying.org.
Bullying is not kids being kids.
It's not about good homes or bad homes.
It's not a normal part of growing up. I shouldn't be afraid to get on the school bus.
To turn on my computer.
Or walk to my locker. Did you know that a bully will stop his or her behavior in 10 seconds when their peers speak up?
Use your voice.
Hey, leave him alone.
We have the power to stop bullying.
Find out more at bullying.org,
Bullying.org.
where you're not alone.
You're not alone.
Where you're not alone.
Can we have your attention for a moment? Eat, Drink, Explore Media has an important date we want to share with you. Saturday, July 13th. We invite you to join us at a craft beer and food event like no other. At last count, generous samples from more than 70 breweries will be paired with local culinary treats for the 2013 Breast Fest along San Francisco's waterfront at Fort Mason. Going on its 14th year, the annual Breast Fest has grown dramatically, raising money for an incredibly important cause, providing free, complimentary treatments for women battling breast cancer. The Charlotte Maxwell Clinic offers services such as acupuncture, massage, organic foods, and transportation. The clinic's core mission to provide relief from the terrible side effects of cancer and its treatments. Eat, Drink, Explore Media is very proud to be among the main sponsors for this year's event. For more information, go to thebreastfest.org. Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar is the place Las Vegas locals and tourists alike go to enjoy a welcoming environment with a small town feel. Meet up with friends and relax at Flex. Open 24 hours a day. Flex is located on the west side of Las Vegas at West Charleston and Arville, just 4 miles from downtown and the Strip. Flex is known for its friendly bartenders, loose gaming, and inexpensive cocktails. Stop by whenever you're in Vegas and play a game of pool. Meet a friend, or even make a new one. To see the schedule of drag queen karaoke, dance club activities, and gaming options, log on to flexlasvegas.com. That's flexlasvegas.com. Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar, the place to enjoy our Las Vegas.
You're listening to Equality Radio.
Equality Radio.
Fabulous.
Now, here's your host, Randall White.
Randall White on Q Talk America.
49 minutes past the hour, and I want to sing, but I would just ruin it for all of you. I want to say it's Greg in Hollywood. Greg Hernandez joins us right now. He is Greg in Hollywood. You can find more information at greginhollywood.com. Hey, Greg.
Oh, I love having you speak to me, Randall. That was beautiful.
I'm using your new graphics today, so people watching online can see the Greg in Hollywood, the Hollywood sign changed to read as it should, Greg in Hollywood.
We should talk to the city and have them erect, sort of add those two words to the actual sign.
Yeah, why not? They were going to tear it down not that long ago. That developer wanted to come in and knock it down, but so why not?
Just 6 little letters probably wouldn't cost that much.
That's right. Hey, Greg, you were recently at an Adam Lambert concert. That was pre-LA Pride?
No,
or West Hollywood Pride, or when was that?
It was July 3rd. It was the day before the 4th of July.
Uh-huh.
And a friend of mine said, hey, do you want to be my guest to this Adam Lambert thing? And I said, sure, because he said that magic word, Randall, free.
And we all love that one.
So I was there, man, and it was VIP tickets, and it was a fundraiser for the Trevor Project. And I'm a bad person because I'm trying to remember the exact program through Trevor but I can't seem to get my computer to move, and I can't remember. But it's for Trevor Project. It was for a program within Trevor Project. So Adam Lambert performed at a club in Hollywood, and I was talking to one of the organizers who was standing up there with us on the little balcony watching him sing, and he said he's only supposed to do 3 songs. He did 10.
Whoa.
10 songs. And it was one of those things where he gave it all. Believe me, this place was packed. And it was one of those things where you really got to look into Adam Lambert, where he's at right now, where his heart's at. It's really into LGBT causes. It does mean a lot to him. It's not just lip service. He's been getting like a lot of awards for it and stuff, and some people were saying, isn't he kind of young? Isn't he just a singer? Well, he's really putting the time in. He's really showing up, and he's saying some really cool stuff, and he's sort of walking the walk, talking the talk, and all of that. So he gave us a 10-song concert, and so I'm dancing, with my friend Jim and having a great old time, and turn around. Who's standing behind me? I'll tell you. Mario Lopez.
I'm showing the picture online right now. Is he as adorable up close and personal as he is when he's airbrushed?
I've seen him many times, and I've talked to him, and and up close. For some reason, it was in the light or something about that night, but he had never looked more perfect to me.
Wow.
Than he did last Wednesday. I just thought, he's perfect. and I hate him. No, but we were dancing and stuff, and we thought, well, this isn't really the appropriate time to try and get a photo with the star. I mean, I'm listening to Adam Lambert, and I'm here to dance and sing. But then, of course, I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
I had to get a photo, and Mario could not have been nicer. And he didn't stay for the whole thing. About 7, I think he stayed for more than half the songs. Anyway, great time watching Adam, and a little bonus seeing Mario Lopez, right?
Yeah, no kidding. And I like that the celebrities are turning out for Adam as well. And from what I've read and what I can tell, Adam Lambert does not seem to be pulling the diva card at all. He's, like you said, he puts in the time. And to perform more than 3 times the amount that you're under contract to do, that just shows you that he enjoys it.
Yeah, I think that his stardom is coinciding with obviously it is coinciding with all the LGBT movement and progress for equality, and this is shaping him as a person and as an activist. So, he's not just self-interested. He also likes to be a part of it, and he showed that on Wednesday.
Let's talk a little bit about Outfest, which is coming to Los Angeles. You must just be in heaven right about now.
Well, Randall, I call this Christmas in July because Outfest to me for about the past 12 years, when it's happening, people know, do not invite Greg anywhere because I'm busy. I'm busy for 12 straight days, taking in as many movies as I can. It's the LA Gay and Lesbian Film Festival, and it starts on Thursday night downtown at the Orpheum Theater, and then it moves over to sort of West Hollywood, where it's at the DGA Theater and the Sunset 5, which is now the Sundance 5. But it's so great because it's just all kinds of LGBT films, all kinds of LGBT people. So you're sort of in an alternate universe. Everyone's gay, everybody's, I can't even think of all the letters, but everyone's queer, I suppose. And the movies are, the audiences are, the filmmakers are, and then you sort of, after the 12 days, you go back to your normal life. You're like, wait a minute, isn't everybody's not gay anymore? What happened? Right. So you really do get this sense of community, and you get to be around such creative, wonderful, smart people, whether they're film lovers or filmmakers. And I always end up having such a series of fantastic experiences there. And what's great is there's so many different genres now, and they can really be picky. A lot of really good movies don't make it because there's only so many slots and there's so many great movies. That was not always the case.
No. I imagine the pickings were slim when you first started going to Outfest. And now, like you said, they can be a little on the picky side. Are there some key movies or directors that you want to see or hook up with?
I'll tell you, they've been sending me a lot of screeners, so I've watched about 7 or 8 so far. I can't, because I can't get to all of them. So I'm trying to see the things that I think I won't get to, and then I'm going to go to you want to see others with a crowd. But one I'm really looking forward to, and I saw the guy at the Adam Lambert show, is a movie called Bridegroom. Bill Clinton introduced it at the Tribeca Film Festival. It's directed by Linda Bloodworth-Thomason, who did Designing Women.
Yeah.
And it's so deeply moving. This guy breaks my heart. He lost his partner. The partner was photographing a friend and fell off a roof. He died. He was like 26.
I remember that. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was a video called It Can Happen to You. They crowdsourced it, got all the money. It ended up being a documentary, and that's going to screen at Outfest. The person who lost his partner is Shane Bitney Crone, who I kind of know a little bit now. And every time I see him, I just want to hug him because my heart, just goes out to him for all he went through. He was shut out from the funeral, shut out from the family, everything, as if it never existed. This is the kind of thing where you say, that's why we want DOMA. That's why we want gay marriage. They had a house together, a business together. So this is going to be a documentary that I think everyone's going to want to see. I think it's already sold out. But that's something that I cannot wait to see. And there's also one that's really, it's about gay rights in Cameroon called Born This Way. Mm-hmm. That's a documentary that's getting a lot of buzz. Is your music playing? Am I going to wrap up?
I know. The music's playing, Greg. We could go on forever about Outfest. Maybe we'll talk about it again next week. We'll be in the middle of it.
Hot Guy with Guns. See that? Southern Baptist 50s. See that.
GregInHollywood.com is the blog.
You've been listening to
Equality Radio.
Connect with us online at equalityradio.net.
Equality Radio.
And he's Greg Hernandez. We love him. Greg, thank you so much, and we'll catch you on Wednesday next week.
Thanks, Randall.
All right, thank you, sir. We won't be here tomorrow, as I mentioned at the top of the show, because I have some civic responsibility I need to do, but we'll be right back here on Thursday with a ticket giveaway. Catch us then. Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar is the place Las Vegas locals and tourists alike go to enjoy a welcoming environment with a small town feel. Meet up with friends and relax at Flex. Open 24 hours a day. Flex is located on the west side of Las Vegas at West Charleston and Arville, just 4 miles from downtown and the Strip. Flex is known for its friendly bartenders, loose gaming, and inexpensive cocktails. Stop by whenever you're in Vegas and play a game of pool. Meet a friend, or even make a new one. To see the schedule of drag queen karaoke, dance club activities, and gaming options, log on to flexlasvegas.com. That's flexlasvegas.com. Flex Cocktail Lounge and LGBT Bar, the place to enjoy our Las Vegas.